Hello YouTube and Reddit, this is Kameron Messmer, the Dreaded Magician. This is another commentary video. I did last week Two Fails spoon bending routine. I went through that a little bit. I don't know if anybody else learning out there is getting anything from these videos. If you're not doing a spoon bending video, you might not care so much. But if you are doing a routine like these might give you a better idea of how to be more creative. This week I am doing a video by Arjun559. That is his YouTube name, it looks like. ARJUN559. I watched one of his videos doing a card trick, and he asked me to do a review on his Magic with Fire card trick. He appears to be at a party of some kind, and the people he's showing to seem to be probably inebriated or just very, very excited about life. I don't know. But the lady he's doing the tricks to, the girl he's showing tricks to, is very, very animated. It's kind of fun to watch just her be that excited about a magic trick. Some people you show a magic trick to, it could be the greatest magic trick in the world, and they go, that was cool. Yeah. No. So, this was kind of refreshing. I'm going to watch a little bit of the video, and then I'm going to critique and comment as I go. So, here we go. Now, the first thing I notice, he has someone pick a card. What I would practice is some sort of a fan. It's stupid, it takes a long time to practice a fan, but it's very impressive to people. I will do a card fan, a simple card fan, that took me a long time to learn when I first learned it. And these cards are upside down. But once you do just a stupid card fan, people are really impressed. It's funny, because I'll do a card trick, and I'll fan the cards, and they will go, oh, whoa, and I won't even have started yet. So that just adds a little bit of polish to your presentation automatically. If you can't do a fan, I would slowly fan them with both your hands. You don't have to necessarily do it like this. Some people have a sloppy card handling to kind of throw people off. If you handle cards like sloppily like this, people might not think you're very good, and then when you do pull off a magic trick that's amazing and mind-blowing, they are more impressed. So if that's your thing, that's great. That might be your kind of psychological switcheroo. Pick a card. That's not how you did it, but I'm saying you could be legitimately looking horribly bad at moving the cards around, and it would really psych people out. It's more impressive than having a perfect fan and people going, oh yeah, of course he did that because he's amazing, he's practiced this forever. So I don't know, that's just an idea. You could go either way, but the force is very good. If you don't know anything about magic, you don't know what I'm talking about, but if that's a classic force, which it looks like it is, it's good. I don't do a classic force because I'm a wimp. I want to make sure that something works 100% of the time. Classic forces are just scary for me. That's why I don't do invisible thread. I don't do classic forces. I don't do certain things that I could very well get caught on. So if it's a classic force, perfect. If it's a classic force and it didn't work, I would hope you would have an out. That's a very important thing if you're new to magic. If you're doing something that might not work, have another trick as a backup. And you may have, that's great. But good job. Now you ask them if you're showing it to the camera, if you remember your cards. You said it several times, and that could be bad. In your case, I think it was a party and they were not all there necessarily. If they had been drinking or whatever, and they might not remember their cards. And I've done a bunch of card tricks where people go, oh, I don't remember what was my card, and it kind of ruins the card trick. So normally when I'm doing a trick and it's vital that they remember the card, I ask them specifically, do you remember the card? Because if you don't remember the card, it makes for a very bad magic trick at the end. So you want to, maybe instead of asking them several times, just kind of hit the point home once and leave it alone. I don't know, it's a minor thing. You say, I don't want you to say it aloud at any point. That's very good, because people have ruined many card tricks for me by saying the card too soon or whatever. So that was very good. I like that part. You give the deck to the woman and she gives the deck to the guy. On one thought, you're kind of distancing yourself from the cards, which is good, I think. in spectators' minds, they're thinking, oh, he didn't touch the deck, he couldn't have found my card in there or whatever. They don't know about forces, so they don't know exactly what you're doing. It seems like an extra step to give it to her and then for her to give it to him, but I would mess with that. Maybe just handing it to the guy and tell him to put the deck back together, put the card back in the deck anywhere he wants. I would almost hit the point that I'm not going to touch those cards, put them back in the box, put them in your pocket. I don't want them back until the end of the trick. That kind of hits people's brains and tells them, oh, he didn't even touch the deck again. When they go back to think about the trick, they'll say, oh, maybe he had something marked, or maybe he looked at the... No, he took the whole deck away from him. The whole deck was taken away from him and he didn't touch the cards again. So if you might want to hit that home a little bit, it could confuse people a little bit more. So, and then you do the bit with the flash paper. You show all the numbers from cards and the suits from cards. And the one thing, I haven't seen this before, I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't unique to you, but if it is unique to you, it's a very good routine. I like it. What I would say is maybe, I don't know if this would work or not, but find some paper that is very close to looking like flash paper. I don't know if it would burn, so that's the only issue for the second part of the paper in there. I don't know, maybe if it looks a little bit more like the original paper, I don't know. Think about that, work with that. If you find some paper that looks like flash paper but doesn't burn like flash paper, it could be kind of a cool little kicker at the end, but that's just an idea. I don't know the method. I'm guessing on your method. I'm assuming when you reach into your pocket, that is where you steal what you need to steal. You could have taken that guy's lighter, and he came out with a lighter so quickly that it might have seemed weird right there. You have a lot of distraction, especially in this scenario. You could have had that loaded ahead of time while you're telling a joke, or while they're not paying attention, or while you're saying something immediately important. They're not going to pay attention that your hand's in your pocket for no reason. I like that as a, oh, nobody does have a lighter, but if you had that loaded in your hand ahead of time, then you could have grabbed that guy's lighter. It's not a huge deal again. I think it was a good job. When you light the flash paper and drop it into her hands, they're still a little bit singed on the paper. That's a good visual. That's a very good surprise. They're not expecting that big flash of fire. I would almost pause before you light it on fire. It almost happens too quickly. That's like the money shot of the fire and the paper bursting into flames. So I would almost hold that there for just a second and say, okay, I want you to hold your hands out. I have this piece of paper here. Now don't be afraid. Just watch. And then just take a little bit more time there. Don't rush through that quite so fast. Pauses are very important. Pauses are very important in comedy. Pauses are important in magic. You want to have the right timing for things. It wasn't bad. It was just a little quicker than I probably would have done it. I would have built it up just a little bit more. You don't necessarily want to say what's going to happen. You don't want to say, oh, okay, there's going to be a big burst of flames and everything. They're going to expect it. That's not as big of a surprise. But you say, I have this lighter and I have this piece of paper here, and just pause and then light it and then drop it into their hands, and it might have a little bit more of an impact. And as you're unfolding it, you ask them, what card did you pick? And they say the 7 of diamonds. Here's what I would do. I would practice it one way, and then when you perform it for other people, practice it another way. Don't ask them what the card was. Say, do you remember your card maybe? And say, oh, and as you open it up, say, wouldn't it be impressive if the card that you picked was on this piece of paper, or something like that. Just don't say the name of the card as you open it. Some people might think that you did something as you're opening it or something. I'm not sure. But maybe if you just wait to reveal the card until it's open, it might have a little bit more impact. As I say, it might have more impact. The lady screams, so it might be perfect as it is. You did very, very well. I like the routining. I like the idea. Maybe if you had a little bit of a story or something, it might add something, but I don't know. It was very good. I have very little to critique about it. So I would work on timing. I would work a little bit on scripting to know exactly kind of what you're going to say. And any good routine ends with a woman falling on the floor saying, I'm dying, I'm dying. I'm so scared. It's mental, isn't it? So if you said that after a trick of yours, I'd say that's a win. So there's not much to critique here. I say you did a very, very good job. So keep it up. I would like to see anybody else out there do a similar trick. Make it your own, twist it, add your own routining. I want to see some other videos out there like that. Don't just steal from him. But I like that routine. Good job. This has been another episode of... Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks.